multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. I'm sending great healing and love to whoever's watching this video. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very important to know about what's going on in these stars and these skies. Because if you don't take responsibilities of taking power and control over your life, you're going to allow someone else to use these stars on you. And we are all stars. Remember that. Especially this shit behind me. So it's very important to maintain a status and career during this time, especially where you want to be seen in life. Because, we're in a new age, we're in new times right now. So, of course, it's important to basically take responsibility and control over what you want to be, how you want to be seen in life. So this is very important now. So, yeah. So, basically, we got the new moon and Scorpio. So, the moon is your emotions, your feelings, your emotions, your comfortability, security, home, safety. You know what I'm saying? So, you're going to feel, so basically, when the sun is in Scorpio, feel me, you're going to feel the need to basically utilize your way of being fixated, utilize the fixed element modality, aka being fixated in your ways of feeling and having emotional stability and being secure in these natures. So you want to basically act out in these natures and take consideration into these things. Now, when we got this in Scorpio, so you're going to basically be reacting and responding to new ways of feeling deeply about your feelings and emotions, your home, your safety, your security, your willpower, your expressions, your intents, your power, your motivation, the way you manipulate people, places, and things, others, or others may manipulate you during these times and shit, or gossiping, or basically finding new ways of taking responsibilities and dedications to how you want to be seen in life. So basically, it's a good time to basically activate this, and of course, find out where you got the eighth house planet in your planet and located inside of your charts, because eighth house basically deals with death, transformation, and of course we're gonna be going through a whole lot of death, transformation. Pretty much you've seen this throughout the whole Scorpio season. It's pretty much a whole lot of death, a whole lot of transformation, a whole lot of changes throughout this whole year, 2020. So basically 2020 plus 4, that's gonna be 40. So 4 basically represents Cancer, also karma, aka waters. So we're gonna be going through a whole lot of trauma issues, and of course this is basically dealing with that aspect, aka where y'all can basically backtrack this to 2012 as to where 2012 it was chaotic, it was crazy, that movie was crazy. So pretty much this is basically what's happening right now. This is 2012 basically. Now you got the ability to believe in what they've created for you to believe in, or you got the ability to basically take power and control how you want to be seen in life, how you express these things, how you internalize these things. And basically, this is very important to basically take these things into consideration. Because remember, it's about your future. It's about your kids' future. It's about basically moving forward in life. You don't want to come back here putting yourself in circumstances and situations of motherfucking, fucking ant, of motherfucking being in a segment where you ain't do shit. You just basically was Benny Siegel's get down and lay down circumstance situation. You don't want to put yourself in that predicament. You want to get up, stay up, and make sure you making sure motherfuckers lay down in the way you want them to see you lay down, not lay down for how these motherfuckers telling you to lay the fuck down. Feel me? That's why it's very important to take power and control over your motherfucking life when we got this moon in motherfucking Scorpio, or else motherfuckers gonna come do that shit for you. And of course, Pluto gonna come do that shit for you. And Pluto gonna basically take power and control and transform a whole lot of shit in ways where you don't want to basically be seen in that perspective. So it's very important to basically utilize these energies and take power and control. For me, get your rituals and spells. This is behind the scenes. Moon and Scorpio, don't be expressing everything to light. Don't be showing everything to the light. Feel me? Moon and Scorpio is basically dealing with the dark side, the darker side. So you need to be in your dark natures. Everybody got a dark nature. I don't give a fuck what you say. Let a motherfucker keep pussing you off. You gonna get into a dark nature. So depending on how motherfuckers want to take these things into consideration. Of course, you got the spookism as people where they say, rituals and spells is dangerous. You practice rituals and spells on yourself by self-doubting yourself. That's a ritual. That's a spell. Feel me? Self-doubt is a spell. Not believing in yourself is a motherfucking ritual spell that you cast on yourself to basically always put yourself in downward moments. And you always going to experience downward moments and shit if you don't take power and control over your motherfucking life. So it's very important to basically take this into consideration and not fuck around. Feel me? You only got one opportunity in this body. Now, you're going to have many more opportunities. But the people that be out here saying you got one life to live, yeah, that's for them. Don't believe what they tell you. You got many experiences, opportunities to basically live your life. You just forgot when you embodied yourself into this body. Embodied. When you created this flesh, this fluid, when you was your mother, developing. Feel me? But yeah, let's get into these energies. All right, look. So we're going to be investigating our feelings and emotions in a deep way. And we got to bring transformation and emotional change during this time and force. So when we talking about organs and shit, Moon and Scorpio is basically dealing with the genitals, the ovaries, the dick, the pussy, the anus too. That's the ass. That's where the transformation. That's where you shit. And of course, the dick and the pussy is where you piss too. But you're going to be feeling the need to basically try to release in your sexual matters. Get deeply intense into your sex passions, your desires, people, places, and things, mind games, power and control, manipulation, circumstance, situation. That's dealing with all 8th house, Scorpio energies. And of course, this is why it's important to basically know where you have your 8th house at. Because remember, you got a sun sign, which is Aries through Pisces. You got a moon sign, which is Aries to Pisces. And you got a rising sign, which is Aries to Pisces. And of course, you got the planets, and you have signs in these planets too. And you need to basically find the attributes, find out where your degree is at, and find out how these representations can play into your day-to-day life. So yeah, take power, control, and responsibilities into these natures too. Plus, we got the sun in Scorpio, moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. So this is 3. Feel me? Death comes in 3. So basically, you can basically put yourself in a circumstance situation of acting out, bringing death in your life, or bringing a death to a feeling and emotion in your life, or death and transformation to the way you think. Now, the way you think is what creates your reality. The heart was created first. Feel me? Everything that you basically look at inside yourself is basically a heartbeat. It's a pulse everywhere. Feel me? Your heart got a heartbeat. Your brain got a heartbeat or brain beat. Your eye got an eye beat. Your nose, your whole body got a. This is information. This is brain. So basically, this is like a water segment of how we all was created through water. Now, when water get too heavy, feel me, it comes into a shape or form. You can also utilize this with sand. Sand came from the water. Everything came out the water. We all came out the water. So don't get that fucked up. But yeah, let's get into these energies. So we got Sun sextile Jupiter. So we're going to basically be having self-confidence in our actions towards optimistics and faith. Now listen, the sun is in Scorpio. So basically, we're going to be utilizing this element as far as how we take our actions. And of course, Jupiter is basically in motherfucking Capricorn. And you know Jupiter falls in Capricorn because our spirituality is basically in a motherfucking hard rock right now. So basically, we need to basically work hard and have commitment and faith. Don't let a fucking doctor tell you can't walk again. You going to believe in that doctor, or you going to have faith that you can walk again? So you got to pick and choose. Pick one. And your actions, and this is going through experiences. We all go through experiences in life, but make sure we learn from these experiences and not repeat these experiences, especially if it's a bad experience. You wouldn't always be put into a circumstance situation being in a good experience. And of course, sun and sextile motherfucking Jupiter, that's basically, you got to go through change in life with your actions. Sun is in Scorpio, and boom, after Scorpio comes Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is expansion and growth. Basically, you learn from your experience. Now, boom, we got Sun sextile Saturn. So it's basically, this is big chances to take responsibilities into your work ethic, feel me? Don't judge yourself, don't self-doubt yourself during this time, feel me? And don't be stubborn. Take power and control and actions towards how you develop yourself in your life, in your work life, feel me? Your work is important, feel me? If you don't work on yourself, you don't do the internal work, shit gonna manifest outside of you, feel me? Internal work starts first, feel me? You gotta clear out all that bullshit that you was programmed with so you can basically externalize this into the way you want to be seen in life too. Especially when you're dealing with status and career in this motherfucker. Feel me? Get rid of all that guilt, all that fear, or get all that shit out your fucking system. Reboot it out your motherfucking system. And start taking power and control in your life as far as how you want to be seen. Feel me? Sun trine Neptune. So we're going to have harmonious actions with our imagination, or this can be an illusion. Feel me? Try not to get caught up in somebody else's illusion or somebody else's imagination. You have your own fucking imagination. Use it and utilize it to how you want to be seen in life. Feel me? Don't be using somebody else's imagination or somebody else's way of doing things. You have your own imagination. Activate yourself, get your astrological charts. Know thyself. This way you can know what your dreams and visions and goals can basically be pointed towards. And remember, everything starts with you, not how the way somebody else did it. So you got to basically not get caught up into the external world, but get more caught up into your internal world. And so you can internalize things for yourself and build inside of yourself. This thing can basically be expressed, externalized in many ways, in all possibilities, ways you wouldn't basically imagine or express these things to come into play. Also, we got motherfucking Sun sextile Pluto. So basically, we have the opportunity to transform our actions and not be stubborn during this time. So you're going to feel the need to basically try to bring change towards your life or how you're being seen. So, of course, this is the good time to go inside, go into the dark, clear out all that bullshit that you're going through in your life during this time. Be more practical with your life. Feel me? Make sure your life is according towards change and destruction and things where you want to be more controlling that. Feel me? Of course, you get tired of somebody taking power and control of your life. You're getting tired. You're getting tired of this whole spectrum of what's going on externally. Try not to get caught up into that. Do the internal work. This way, when you come out into this motherfucker, you're not in the matrix. Learn how to basically separate yourself from the life in front of you and basically the life where you want to be seen at. So yeah. Also, we got Moon conjunct Mercury. So we have strong emotional thinking process during this time. Try not to be too gossipy about circumstances, situations for me, because of course the moon, motherfucking Mercury is a Scorpio, so you can basically be going deep. So watch how you express your words towards others can work. Because for me, you don't want to basically slip around and tell somebody. You want to be very secretive. So basically, go within yourself. But this is a powerful thing going on. So a whole lot of gossiping going on, whole lot of behind the scenes manipulation, talking, and things is going on during this time. For me, you may find out, you may come across some information just because somebody was talking too much. So yeah. It's an opportunity to basically utilize this shit, especially if you trying to get answers out of somebody. You feel me? You can manipulate this whole process. Utilize the moon conjunct Mercury. This way you can get answers out of somebody, basically. Feel me? It's called manipulation. Use it. Utilize your manipulation powers. Also, we got moon opposing Uranus. So there's uncomfortability towards change and uniqueness. So make sure you're utilizing motherfucking moon, which is the moon is in Scorpio. So make sure you utilize your moon in Scorpio towards Aquarius. And you know, Uranus is in Taurus right now. So Uranus falls in Taurus. So basically, our uniqueness, the way we change, and you know this is a retrograde during this time. So you got time to basically change how you want to be seen in life. Feel me? Don't get caught up into the circumstance situation of, oh, things is stagnated right now. Things is taking time. Yeah, things do take time. But of course, when you're doing when you're doing introspective, when you're looking introspectively, things is basically gonna speed up. Life is gonna speed up. Feel me? Don't think that life stops in one way. Life evolves in many ways. Feel me? There's always a circumstance situation where you can basically inherit. So never get lost into these concepts and circumstances situation of basically being stagnated in life. Feel me? You want to be practical. Feel me? You want to make sure you self-express yourself. Feel me? Go within yourself. Go deeply within yourself and basically, you know, kill any desires or anything that's holding you back during the time. You want to basically be putting yourself in circumstance situation of being in possessive modes, unless you're being more possessive towards where you want to basically be seen in life. Feel me? So that's where you want to basically be focusing your goals towards and not getting caught up in the circumstances situation of being lost. Also, we got motherfucking moon trying Neptune. So this is basically emotional connection. Fuck what others say. Feel me? Because other people may doubt your illusions, doubt your dreams. But don't let this be a circumstance situation of basically bringing worry and guilt and basically fears of how you basically being seen in the public arenas. Nah, you want to make sure you putting this into existence. For me, yeah, it's one thing, you know, people may look at your dreams and illusion like it's something as far as motherfucking like it's not true. But the people that believe in themselves the most and not give a fuck about what other people think, many more opportunities come into their motherfucking way. So basically, when you bring this down into existence, what happens is you prove, and and no matter what they said to you, no matter what they basically say that you could and couldn't do, you still took the opportunity to basically utilize your own unique dream, visions, and you prove and show to the universe that you really wanted this bad. So boom, when you do get it, motherfuckers be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So this way motherfuckers can't say shit about you. For me, just cause they caught up into a motherfucking program and they ways of being stuck and stagnated, don't mean you wasn't out there being open to ways so how you could be mutable in the way you basically dream and imagine. So yeah, it goes deep. Also, we got motherfucking Mercury opposite Uranus. So it's going to be extreme thinking during this time. For me, you may self-criticize yourself, for me. And you may feel the need to basically self-criticize yourself in some way. But you don't want to basically be doing that, for me. Because of course, you know, Mercury is exalted in motherfucking Aquarius. But we got Mercury in Scorpio right now. So basically, you're going to be going through deep transformational issues, the way you think and communicate. For me, try to put yourself. You're going to be finding ways where you can try to change the way you think. Or change the way how you should be seen. Feel me? Yeah, think in your own unique way. Feel me? Try not to put yourself in the circumstance situation of being in the circumstances of letting somebody else think for you or basically going with the flow. For me, that's like with this thing with this fake ass virus. You got motherfuckers believing that everybody got a compromised immune systems. No, nigga. Fuck that shit. Take power and control. Be more unique and more independent, feel me? This way, when you're showing your uniqueness and independency, and you keep proving to the world that every day this shit ain't real, this shit is fake. Then you can show yourself and show physical representations of, okay, this motherfucker got balls, this motherfucker got heart. He could basically show and prove to the world that he ain't no weak, he ain't no weak motherfucker. And for me, he's taking power and control over his life. For me, he ain't letting nothing stop him. For me, he's really taking this shit serious. For me, he's basically on point. He not fucking around. So yeah. Also, we got Venus opposing Mars. So this unbalance of love and enthusiasm. So basically, it's one thing that you want to have a relationship, or you want to basically relate to people, or you may be trying to see ways where you can how to see where others can basically get on board with you. And then, of course, you got the other side of you where you want to basically be very independent and more in tune with yourself. And especially if these motherfuckers don't show these opportunities and shit, then you feel the need to basically find elsewhere as far as how you be seen into the public arena. That's like saying, like with somebody that's basically like they very cold, they very deep, for me. They may want love sometimes, they may not, for me. It might be some shit where you just got a side boyfriend, a side girlfriend, for me. Or basically you may put into the circumstance situation where they not really, they can't make up their mind during the time. For me, it's like, damn, if you don't know you want to be with this person, you don't want to keep screwing this person, this is what causes bad vibes and shit. So yeah, try not to put yourself in that circumstance situation. Also, we got Venus squared Jupiter, so learn how to appreciate and learn how to not appreciate experiences during this time. So it's one thing, you may feel appreciated with certain circumstances and situations that play out into your life. But for me, if all these things really making you feel appreciated, all these things really making you get from point A to point B fast, you got to really question these things. Because, you can be valuing certain things, people, places, and things. But are these people really worth valuing? Are these people really worth, can these people meet you to the, can these people meet you from this table and create their own table where you can basically, it's one thing you always being there for that person. Yeah, they do things for you, but basically, can you create this table where you can basically bring these two tables together? Now, if you can't bring that, then it's there's really no need for me. So you gotta learn how to learn how to not appreciate things and appreciate the bigger things, appreciate yourself and ways where you want to be seen. For me, learn how to manipulate this too. For me, because this is opposites. For me, sometimes you just gotta basically be selfish. Sometimes you gotta basically be independent. Feel me? Sometimes you gotta be strong. You can't just be likely to indulge into every motherfucking thing. Sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? This ain't for me. And of course, you gotta be like, okay, fuck what other people say. But at the end of the day, this ain't for me. You gotta open your heart, pour out your heart, and let motherfuckers know that, yo, this ain't for me. And also, we got Venus squared Saturn. So learn how to value structure in your life and hard work. For me, you gotta learn how to value your hard work. For me, you made it this far in life. You still alive. You living in the best times in your life. Don't get criticized by how the world see you and shit. For me, don't get criticized by that. For me, learn how to utilize and put yourself in circumstances and situations where you can basically love and care for yourself. This way, when you value your hard work, for me, no matter how you look at it, take it like every day you go clock in 9 to 5, get your time card, talk to that shit, and every time you clock in with your motherfucking clock, with your time card. Talk to that clock. Feel me? That talk. You might be able to manipulate the fucking clock. You may be making a couple hundreds every week. You might fuck around and get $1,000, $10,000 in your fucking account. You better learn how to manipulate the clock. Feel me? Don't just be out here working to work, motherfucker. You better work for a motherfucking reason. To where you want to be seen and not fucking just lowering your standards. Feel me? You want to up your standards, but learn how to appreciate yourself. That's why you always got to keep in your imagination, because when you go into these workforces, you're already being practiced witchcraft on you, so you don't know what's going on. So you got to be very careful of that shit too. Venus squared Pluto. So this basically this is a love-hate circumstance situation. Feel me? So you may feel the need to basically be at odds with circumstances and situations in your life as far as people. Feel me? I mean, you may just got out of a relationship breakup for me, but y'all can still be cool. Y'all can still be friends, and of course, and the mom still always invite you over, be like, oh, come over, hon. I cooked dinner. I know you and my daughter may not be on good terms, but you can still come over here. You still family. It's still like a love and hate relationship for me, even though some hard shit had took place with the relationships down the line, but you know, you still have a seat in that person's house. So you can also utilize this motherfucker usage for your own manipulation reasons too. This is behind the scenes for me to learn how to use your power. Also, we got Jupiter conjunct Saturn, so this learn how to this is balancing development, dealing with expansion, growth, and of course, this is basically dealing with structuring your life. So you want to create a framework in your life because you know Jupiter falls to Saturn, so you got to basically learn how to construct your spirituality, learn how to construct your responsibilities and your duties and obligations in life. I mean, you want to make sure you're being more practical with these things and not basically just giving in and holding up. For me, it's one thing, you know, there's a whole lot of shit going on. They trying to close shit down, but who the fuck said, why you allowing these people to close shit down? Feel me? Take power and control over your life. Feel me? Oh, you ain't gonna have shit to basically value in life. You feel me? You know, Jupiter is expansion and growth. Feel me? Optimism, faith. And, you know, when it gets into Capricorn, you know, a whole lot of shit can be taking place. But that don't mean you feel me just give up and shit. Feel me? Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Feel me? And of course, you got motherfucking you got Jupiter conjunct Pluto, so it's fighting for truth and gaining power during this time. So you're going to be in the need of fighting for truth, fighting for what's going on, and gaining power at the same time. So it's going to be putting you through a whole lot of experiences and shit. You know, this is pretty much sort of kind of good, though. But you're going to learn how to relate with others and shit. And basically, you got to get in your opposite energies. So you got to learn how to have balance. And, of course, you got to learn how to relate to your balance and structure in life. Especially, you got to be more possessive of how you carry yourself, but not being too clingy towards circumstances, situations where you get caught up into death and transformational issues for me. So try not to be out here going through experiences of paying attention what other people tell you what may be good for you may not be good for others type shit. What may be good for others may not be good for you. So try to have a balance and not get caught up to circumstances, situations of getting caught up and fuck around and get that vaccine, your ass dead in a few seconds. So yeah, take power, control over your responsibilities during this time, and good fortune will always come. All right, we about to get into the houses. So dealing with the new moon in Scorpio, you're gonna be finding new ways on how to locate circumstances and situations in your life. So this is basically gonna be with this new moon. This is gonna be new ways of doing things. And when the full moon goes into Gemini, you're gonna learn how to communicate these things. For me. This way things can loosen up. And then, of course, we'll be in Sagittarius season, which is the opposites with Gemini. So, yeah. So now, opposites always attract too. The full moon was in Scorpio. The full moon was in Taurus. The sun was in Scorpio. Then we had the motherfucking full moon in Aries, and then we was in Libra season. So, for me, then it goes down the line. It's going to be motherfucking... The sun gonna go from Sagittarius, opposite Gemini is gonna go. The sun gonna go into motherfucking Capricorn. Then it's gonna be a full moon in motherfucking Cancer. That's it for me. It's like always opposites always attract. For me, opposites always attract. Always know that. So this way, you know where the opposites at in your charts, and you want to learn how to basically find ways to basically pretty much initiate yourself and be more intertwined with things. But yeah, let's get into this though. But when you got Scorpio in your first house, this is gonna be new dark internal and external personal issues and personal affairs with people, places, and things in your life. Feel me? Now when we dealing with motherfucking Scorpio in the second house, this is new ways to value your possessions, value people, places, and things in your life. And try not to be too nice during this time because you could be taken advantage of. And basically, people may be trying to use you for your values and shit. Or you may be trying to use others for your values, for me. But try to put yourself in the circumstance situation of pretty much having balance during this time. And trying to find new ways of valuing things, for me. Because it can go deep, for me. And you want to watch out for these things, too. And, of course, when we got that shit in the first house, relating, the way you relate can be opposite with other people. Or toxic towards other people and shit, too. Or you could be toxic. You could be your worst enemy. Because that's dealing with personal issues. Now, when you got Scorpio in your third house, this is new dark ways dealing with familiarity, people, places, and things, dealing with your environment, your surroundings, your siblings, or family during this time and shit. Try not to sting others. Try not to because you know this is a Scorpio rising in this position, so you may go through a whole lot of transformational issues during this time too. You could be very power and controlling. Feel me? Try not to be too possessive and shit, and try not to be too controlling. Also, when you got motherfucking Scorpio and fourth house, because you know Scorpio falls in Cancer, so basically fourth house is dealing with Cancer. When you got Scorpio in the fourth house, it's basically dealing with new dark ways, dark matters, with your private matters or your private close bonds, people that you closely bonded with. So you may feel the need to basically act out different towards your employees or other people during this time. So try not to put yourself in that circumstance situation. For me, you want to basically make sure you're in harmonious nature. For me, you don't want to basically show your hand. For me, hide that dark cloth. For me, keep that covered. For me, learn that your emotions ain't yours. Know that shit. You just swimming in these things too. Also, when we got Scorpio in the sixth house, you're gonna be basically going through new experiences in dark ways with work, health, and practical and mental pursuits too. So try not to self-criticize yourself. Try not to self-criticize other people during this time for me. Or try not to put yourself in the situation of fucking, what's that? Yeah, try not to put yourself in the situation of trying to pretty much be in a situation of caring about other shit that really don't have no process of basically being cared for. So you want to put your, oh shit, I fucking skipped fifth house. So yeah, fifth house, you're going to be finding new ways. This could be new experiences of dark matters to look forward to dealing with your actions and dealing with other people's actions and shit. So you could be expressing toxic actions during this time, or you could be expressing good actions during this time too. Feel me? And try not to be in an uphill battle of having too many expectations towards other people during this time. Feel me? Because that's how you relate. And with sixth house is basically new ways of going through experiences dealing with dark energies, or others dealing with dark energies towards your ways. Now, when we're talking Scorpio in the seventh house, this is basically finding new ways to relate with your partners in good ways or dark ways, or your partner's going to be relating with you in dark ways or basically bad ways on this stuff. Now, but we got motherfucking Scorpio in the eighth house. This is basically new and dark ways dealing with towards experiences, enemies, or people that you're closely in tune with. People may be people may be showing their ass during this time, or you may be showing your ass during this time too. Try not to be too bossy during this time. Try not to put yourself in a predicament, circumstance, situation of basically being too out there, because it can lead down to a whole lot of pursuits during this time. You don't want to put yourself, you don't want to sting yourself or sting others during this time. You want to make sure you in good natures and make sure you being more like distant, more quiet with how you express yourself. For me, learn how to transform these things behind the scenes, not too openly. Feel me? Because the moon is Scorpio, so you want to make sure you do these things hiddenly. Feel me? Or you may be manipulative during this time, depending on how you play out these natures or play out these energies. So you want to make sure you're not in that kind of energy or that on that word. What's that word? Magnetic field type shit. Feel me? Because you're gonna always attract the opposites too when you're dealing with these energies. So try to not put yourself in that circumstance situation. Now also, when we got this in your ninth house, it's basically finding new ways to intake information. Try not to be too indulgent during this time with experiences and shit, because you don't want to basically take information from everybody, or basically just keen and believe everything that someone says. For me, because this can put you into a toxic environment. For me, so learn how to relate your ways towards other people during this time. Now, when we got this in the 10th house, Scorpio in the 10th house, this is new status and responsibilities or gossip during this time. For me, so you may be talking about, you may be throwing shade on other people during this time, or you may be throwing shade on yourself, or you may be because this is a Gemini ascendant, or you may basically be fucking around pretty much in pursuits of going through experiences and shit. Try not to put yourself in that kind of energy. For me, you want to learn how to experience and basically not be all over the place. For me, you want to learn how to focus on one goal and focus on yourself during this time. Or stay down till you come up type of. Try not to show your hand. Try not to be too talkative during the time. Not to express too many mental pursuits or any of those desires towards other people. Because the moon is a Scorpio. You want to basically be expressing all your new ways of doing things and new ways of circumstance situations. Because you don't know what kind of energies or fucking spirits is in these bodies that's ready to take shape and form and try to control other people during that time. So you want to basically stay down till you come up. Also, but all signs, stay down till you come up. Also, Scorpio in the 11th house. It's new ways of caring with your associations and people, your groupings, and your visions and your goals during this time. It's going to be in dark ways or dark matters and shit, for me. People, they may feel the need to basically not acknowledge you during this time, or basically somebody may have greeted you. You may have greeted somebody, and basically they've been acting funny. You're like, oh, fuck you then. Feel me? You may be coming up with these kind of energies or these kind of thoughts and influences during this time, feel me? But remember, not everybody chasing you. Not everybody trying to mean harm to you. Everybody going through circumstance situations. When you get into astrology, you know what's going on. Especially if you know nobody don't know themselves. Then you will know exactly what the fuck is going on. This way you won't be too judgmental. Of course, we're always going to feel the need to respond in dark ways and dark matter because the sun is in Scorpio. So that's the energies and influences that we're going to basically be dealing with too. Also, 12th house is basically dealing with new ways of how you vision and visualize your illusions, your creativities. Try not to have no fears during this time and shit. Try to express your dreams and not be into consideration of what other people say, and try not to doubt yourself. I mean, you basically, it's the 5th house ascendant. 5th house ascendant, so you gotta express yourself in new ways and creativity of that manner. Feel me? No matter what it is, have self-expression. Feel me? If nobody don't support that shit, you're gonna feel the need. Okay, boom. Maybe I don't need to be around this person. So yeah, especially with the 5th house, like if you're expressing yourself in certain manners and shit, if these people don't support you, you're gonna basically feel the need to gas away yourself from these people. So yeah. All right, we about to get into these signs, the Zodiac signs and shit. So basically, when we talking Aries, this is basically dealing with misunderstandings, circumstances, situations, and conflicts. So try not to be showing toxic natures during this time. Try not to put yourself in a circumstance situation. Fucking get into conflict during this time, because you know this is opposite during the time. These energies is opposite. So opposites attract. So you're gonna attract the opposite during this time, or others may misunderstand the way you basically push out or dish out your energies, or you can be throwing out dark energies, or basically, you know, dark forces. So this also, that's the other. Aries is the opposite of motherfucking Scorpio. Aries is the masculine. Scorpio is the feminine. So you know, you be very careful, so because you can be displaying this energies too. And of course, Mars just went direct today. Also, if you got that in your moon sign, if your Aries is a moon Aries, you're gonna be basically withholding other people showing opposites and showing their ass towards you during the sun. Now, when we talking Taurus, this is basically redirecting your values and changing the way you change during this time. It's basically into your favors. People that you may have once valued, you may not value them no more. Or things that you value, you may not value these things no more. You may be taking things into new consideration. And if you got a moon in Taurus, other people may not value, other people may be showing their ass during this time. Or you may feel the need to basically adjust that and push that out and dish that out. Because remember, your sun sign is your actions, is the way you're going to act. Now, what you dish out is basically energy that's being pushed out. Now, when the moon is in Taurus, you're going to basically be receiving this energy from that action. For me, the action, then the reaction. The reaction, then the action. For me, it's the opposite. Then, of course, now when we talk about Gemini, you're going to have toxic thoughts, misunderstandings with people, places, and things, especially that the people that you're interacting with on a day-to-day basis. So try not to put yourself in the spotlight. Feel me? Let it be a stay down till you come up circumstance and situation, because you don't want to be dishing out that kind of energy. And if you a moon in Gemini, this is going to be a moody aspect also. So you're going to be feeling the need to basically dish this out, or others may be dishing this out towards you. So try to, like, you know, try not to feed into that shit, for me, because it could basically lead into chaos. And of course, Mercury is in Scorpio, so you can be having deep thoughts during this time too, dark thoughts too. So chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. Also, we got motherfucking Leo. So this basically you're gonna be dealing with powerful traits to hold in. So you're gonna be basically finding new ways to express yourself towards others. This can be in dark ways or learning about others' dark ways, and of course, you want to learn how to basically have respect, self-respect with you and others. Feel me? Others may not basically be like you, or you may not be like others, but you gotta know that everybody got their own way of expressing themselves. So try not to basically be in the spotlight. Feel me? Try to like stay low. Feel me? Try not to be showing too much affection, too much power and shit. Feel me? Because this is exaltation. Leo is an exaltation with motherfucking Scorpio. So you want to basically try not to put yourself in that predicament circumstance of being too out there too. And of course, when we talking Virgo, this is having the opportunity to have a mental, practical mind, practical routine, mental efforts, and self-expression during this time. So you want to express yourself more with satisfaction, and not being a self-criticizing predicament. For me, you want to like be more open to ways of expressing yourself and basically taking off the burden and not being too hard on yourself. Also, if you got a moon in Leo too. If you got a moon in Leo, you're going to be receiving that energy. And if you got a moon in Virgo, you're going to be receiving this energy. You're going to be feeling the need to basically take action and control on that. Libras. So you're going to be basically seeing new ways to relate with your relationships and your talents. So if you're in a relationship right now, you're going to be basically finding new sex positions and new ways of doing things, especially with your partner too. Or if y'all are not in good terms, you're gonna be finding new ways to basically have a relationship or entanglement with another partner during this time too. Or you may basically just find ways to basically get out there relationships. Or you may have visions and dreams about your ex or somebody that you desire during this time. Feel me? You may be in the dark about this shit. You may hold it out. It may just basically lash out. So try to have balance. Try not to basically show your ass. But basically, if you don't see this person in your best interest, just learn how to let that go. Scorpio, seeing ways to reflect. It's basically this is an opportunity for Scorpio because the sunlight is on Scorpio suns and moons. So it's an opportunity to basically bring death and transformation towards possessions, power and control issues, and manipulation. Try not to basically sting others or basically pretty much be in the wrong place, wrong time, circumstance, situation, or basically having too many possessiveness or self-control or too much power and control issues during this time. Feel me? Try to like basically use this transformational moon in Scorpio as a thing to where you want to be transformed in life and not basically be stagnated into ways of being all over the place during this time. Also, if you got a moon in Scorpio, you're going to be receiving this energy or you're going to be feeling the need to basically push this out. Sagittarius, you'll be seeing ways to take actions into the way you learn and express yourself during this time. Try not to basically express yourself in a possessive way or basically trying to possess others or basically be in power and control of others and shit. If you got a moon in Sagittarius, you're going to be receiving the energy from others' influences and shit, trying to like basically self-sabotage your way or basically maybe trying to step onto your toes during this time too. Now, a Capricorn, you're going to basically be finding opportunities to take power and control over this is basically an opportunity to basically bring power and control over the way you express your status, your career, and responsibilities. Try not to be too bossy and manipulative during this time either, feel me? Or you can be very gossipy during this time too. Try not to try to stay down and basically stay in the dark, feel me? But focus your goal onto one thing at a time and basically, have self-control and basically be more open and be more pliable to change during this time too. Moon in Capricorn, you're going to be receiving the energy to do this, or especially the influence from other people to basically put this into play. And practicality is important, feel me? Practice what you preach, practice what you talk, feel me? And of course, don't stay in one place. Learn how to move around too. And of course, motherfucking Aquarius, you're gonna be seeing a new side to your uniqueness, how you relate to others, or others may be seeing a new side to your uniqueness or how to relate with you. So this could be in a good way or a bad way. So try to take this into consideration to where you need to basically ghost yourself from other people, or pretty much form a new establishment or a new way to change your association, the way you deal with the unfamiliar and the unknown during this time. And of course, Pisces, you'll be seeing the new ways to express your dreams your actions. Try not to think about what others think about you. You have a gift, and you need to follow your gift. You need to express your gift and not hold these things in. And of course, try not to be in a circumstance situation of ghosting others just because they don't see you in their best interest and shit. So you want to make sure you put yourself in this predicament of believing in yourself and put in more visionary practices during the time. You're going to find your enemies during the time too. You're going to have a lot of enemies depending on how you act out. But of course, it's all about going within yourself and basically chasing your dreams and basically bringing this to power and control. And these are the energies of today. And of course, the new moon is in Scorpio on the 15th, Sunday. And basically, Sunday is a day to basically worship yourself and bring power and control over the things that relates with you. So, yeah. Not to be worried, not being somebody else's fucking magic school bus and being manipulated. Real shit. I love y'all. Get your rituals and spells ready and prepared. And of course, believe in yourself. And these energies gonna play out into your favors in ways you wouldn't believe.